Previously on Baltimore County Forever podcast.
Beds, fucking bedroom sets. I just bought mattresses today. I'm good.
What you mean? Do something with your money.
Oh, okay. LLC Twitter is into the chat now.
Scammer.
Hey, yo. No, so what you do is you get an LLC.
Buy a vending machine.
This nigga said vending machine.
Yo, you just see the bought beds. Fucking shout out to Mel, ladies.
And welcome back to another installment of Baltimore County Forever podcast. What up, though? This is episode 62. Is it? No, I'm tripping. 162. Is this 162? Yes, episode 162. We have a special edition of the podcast this week. We have one of my childhood friends, even good friend to this day, my guy, the author, because he made it a point prior to actually coming on air that, nigga, you need to introduce me like this. I need to be introduced like the author, the greatest author. You have a book. Is it audio? Is it just audio?
Audio and paper, soft cover on Amazon and blurb.com. Yeah.
Okay. We got my guy Khiry back. Back for the first time on the podcast.
Yes,
my
sir.
guy Khiry
Bow.
in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir. But you know what though? I'm an author, right? I'm an aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a young orator out here in these streets. You feel me?
Oh, what?
You know what I'm saying? A orator, like a speaker. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm also a full-time father out here too.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yes, sir, man.
That's the accolades. You gotta leave with your accolades.
You know, I apologize, yo. I did not want to shortchange you at all, my dear friend. I'm extremely on a serious note, man. I'm extremely proud of you, man. You know, I've known Khiry since we were 12.
Yeah.
12. We went to Old Court together.
Yeah.
He pulled up. He came back home. He came back home for the weekend, for the week. You know,
a couple of days.
You know, he came back home, seen everything was fucking different. When was the last time you were home? Like, what year was that?
Bruh, for real, I probably ain't been out here since like 2013 or 14.
Damn.
Yeah. But then the thing was, when I came that one time, it's a whole long story, but I ended up helping my aunt to move. So I was in Baltimore for a day, went to Virginia, helped her pack her whole house up, drove down to Georgia, right? Was in Georgia for like 3-4 days, then drove back to Baltimore and was in Baltimore 4 days, and I flew back to Tampa. Right, that was like the craziest trip ever. That was the last time I was in Baltimore, so.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
It was no fun in that.
Nah.
No fun in that. Man,
I ain't
so
been back in a minute.
let's really get into all right, from Baltimore you went to where?
Tampa.
And how'd you end up in Tampa?
Well, it was crazy because my mother was in Tampa, and she was in Tampa by herself with my little brothers on her side. You know what I'm saying? Because I got brothers that don't have the same mother and father as me. You know what I'm saying? So she was down there with my brothers by herself and ended up having like a stroke or something, bro. Like a mini stroke, like something with the arteries in her neck. And man, I'm at work. I told you I worked at Jimmy Jazz. I'm at work one day and my grandmother called. I'm on lunch break and she called me like, "Oh, your mother just had a stroke, blah blah blah. She need help with this and that." She was like, "You know what stood out?" She was like, "If you move down here, I'll help you get a car." I was like, I heard she said
what was that, G-Ma?
That's what got me, really. That's what got me. I was like, you know, my mother need help, man, you know, but I'm trying to get that car too, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, I was down in Tampa for about 6 months. Within 6 months, I had a car and an apartment.
Really?
Yeah, within 6 months.
And how was that change from moving from being up here to moving down there? Because you were working at Jimmy Jazz. Were you working when you got to Tampa, or you had to find somewhere? Okay.
Well, it's crazy how it happened. I ended up transferring to a Jimmy Jazz that was at a mall 5 minutes from where my mother lived at. Wow. That shit was crazy. It's like it was meant to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, that whole shit was crazy how that whole thing ended up working out. But yeah, bro, I mean, I look at it being like, at the time, I was like for sure meant to move to Tampa. I don't know no more. I feel like I'm supposed to be moving somewhere else now. I want to come back up this bitch, like for real.
So what's the differences between being in Baltimore and Tampa? I mean, besides the weather, you guys have wonderful weather down there.
It's so much more shit in Tampa. It's so much more shit. I didn't realize how fucking far away everything is here in Baltimore.
Facts.
Bro, you can't go nowhere fast.
Everything's 15, 20 minutes. Like,
bro, it's not like that and it's shit everywhere. Like, I come back here, like, for example, a couple years ago, I heard y'all niggas was partying at a TGI Fridays. Like a Fridays was the spot.
Yeah, I never made an appearance there. My baby mother did. She fucked that up for me. So I couldn't make no appearances there.
Who the fuck parties at a TGI Fridays?
Yeah, they would have a full-fledged 92Q DJs.
Yeah, I they don't do that shit in Baltimore and in Tampa. They don't do that ghetto ass shit.
Yo, that ghetto ass shit.
I'm telling you, like it's a good, like it was a good experience just to see something different. Now I feel like I'm ready to see something different again. I want to move out west, like California, Portland, somewhere where they got that good gas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Denver. I like the mountains, somewhere like that. But you feel me? That's why I say, bro, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we going for now is that freedom. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I want to get up and move. I want to live here for two months. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's what I'm going towards. I want to move here. I want to move here and live here for 2 months and still be making money. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then go back and then maybe go on a trip over here. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's what that's the goal. That's what we manifesting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, step by step though, because who the fuck living like that?
Yeah, it's rappers.
I never not within arm's reach though.
Yeah, facts. That is true.
Me? So it's like, yo, we gotta do that shit, and it's possible. Mm-hmm. That's what we doing right now.
Yeah, anytime, bro. Now that I'm portable, I could definitely put. Well, after COVID is fucking done. Nah, I wouldn't have no problem bringing this shit down there with you and recording down there in Tampa.
Bruh,
listen, it ain't shit. I got the shit right here. I got my little hard box and shit.
Telling you, bruh, for real.
So let's talk about the book. You wrote a book. What made you get to a point of, all right, I want to be an author now?
You want to know what it was? I used to date this girl back in the day, right? And all right, so first thing is, my mother, when I was a child, she like told me the importance of having a journal, like writing writing what was on my mind, like throughout the day or just whatever. And I had kind of got, as a kid, I ain't do that shit. I was like, whatever. But as an adult, I saw the importance of that. So every once in a while, I would just write shit down in my book. Like I said before, I'm a orator. I'm a speaker. I'm a young visionary. I'm a thinker.
I'm a thinker.
You feel me? So I just be having these ideas. I be thinking shit, whatever. So one day I picked my book up, and my girl, we was just in the living room chilling. She was sitting on the couch, like laying on the couch with her head facing me, so she wasn't looking at me. And I was standing behind her, and I was like, "Yo, listen to this." And I read her something. And she was like, who wrote that? Like, she was like asking, like, who the fuck wrote that? I was like, me. She was like, damn. I was like, yeah, that's the first time I ever really, like, read my shit to somebody. And then for that to be my first time and for her to react like that, it immediately, like, that shit, it made me feel. That's the reason why I read it. Because I was like, yo, listen to this. Because to me, it sounded like, but that's, you biased because it's your own shit.
Yeah.
So when she said, she was like, what's that? I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's me. So then, you know what I'm saying? And bro, that was years ago. You feel me? So that's another thing I'm working with is like procrastination and like making shit happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so You feel me? I more or less got the motivation from there. And, you know, the name of the book is Pathway to Progression. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
That shit was deep.
Like,
hey, yo, when I read the title, we had sent it to me. I'm like, oh, this nigga deep.
Yeah.
This nigga
Like,
thinking
bruh,
out loud, bro.
I'm telling you, I really don't know where it came from. I wrote this shit like 4 or 5 years ago, and really just sat on it. I gave it to a couple people to proofread. They gave me their influence. They gave me their feedback, and then I just sat on it. And you feel me? I don't really know, bro. I don't know, bro. A lot of my fucking stories got females in them, right? So if you look on here, one of my publishers, her name is Lolita Defoe, right? I was talking to this girl, and you know what I'm saying, I was like, yeah, I got this book. She was like, you got a book? Yo, this girl was a beast with everything graphic design, like everything graphic design. Like I be trying to tell her, like, you got a 6-figure fucking talent. Like this girl was nasty with it, right? So I was like, I got a book. She was like, you got a book? She was like, what you doing with it? Whatever. I was like, I'm trying to make it. Bro, I sent a nigga, I went on Microsoft Word, copy and pasted free pictures from the internet on the page, and then just copy and pasted my words underneath it and sent to this shit. It's literally just Microsoft Word pages. Like, and she took that shit, converted it to PDF, and made it into what it is now.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's really how it happened. I like everything that's here, I've had for years. And then just that spark that she, you know what I'm saying, provided, just boom, and now it's here. Now I'm starting my next one. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm starting the next one. But yeah, bro, pathway to progression, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like I was low key writing to myself. Because a lot of the shit that's in here is like, Khiry, that would help you a lot, my nigga. Like,
nigga, if you only knew.
Like, you feel me? So it's like, I don't know, bro. It's just inspiration, you know what I mean? Like, I just be freestyling, bro. I just be, you know what I'm saying, going off.
So this is self-published.
Yeah.
So can you talk about the process of self-publishing and why you chose self-publishing versus going through like a publishing company?
Well,
that was good. That was a good question.
But I'm gonna tell you okay, so my first thought about this was to print it out, and do I just keep going? Oh. So my first thought was to print this out in a very like plain format on just like pieces of paper and give them out for free. That's what I wanted to do initially, right? And when I you know, linked up with her and she kind of like gave me the inspiration to make it this, then it became something more. So my initial thought was to self-publish, as you say. I didn't even think about it as self-publishing. I just was going to hit the streets running, like print this out, 50 copies, and just hand them to people here. You know what I'm saying? And then we went this route. So I don't really know no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I if I could do this shit myself, I don't need to go to nobody else to do it. So
facts. That's
what I'm gonna do the next time. Except what I'm gonna do this next time is I'm gonna hire someone on Fiverr to do this.
What exactly is Fiverr? I've heard of it, but I've heard of it in terms of like graphic design and stuff.
Yeah, bro. Fiverr, you can do anything on Fiverr, bro. Fiverr people can, you know, take your manuscript of a book, make it a book for you. They can create websites for you.
Can you do logos?
That's who did my logo here. The Zenith Roots dude on Fiverr did my Zenith Roots logo.
Okay.
Fiverr, they can do anything. You can have somebody create Instagram. Like if you, my girl, she just got her LLC, and her she had a person on Fiverr like create a template for her for when she makes IG posts. Bro, they can do anything on Fiverr. And then another thing is Canva.
I've heard of them too.
Canva is something that you can use to it's like a free Photoshop. There's so many different resources out here. So I've just been learning more and more about these different resources, and you know what I'm saying, this next one I get is gonna be what this last one could have been. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Better and better, you know.
Are you able to talk about this next book, or are you still in the right process?
I mean,
I know how creators are sometimes. You know, you want to make sure it's
well, what I can
perfection.
say is the next book is gonna be just like how this one was talking to me. the next one is going to be the same thing. The next book is going to be about how to bet on yourself. How to bet on yourself and win every time. That's like what's in my mind. It's like the title with the subtext, like how to bet on yourself and win every time. Because the key, that's what I wanted to talk about. Subconscious programming, right?
Break that down.
All right, so subconscious programming is like, we both got daughters. The subconscious programming that we're trying to break now was given to us when we was kids through repetition, right? That's how this shit works. Like, think about a logo. Think about these logos, right? You could show a motherfucker an outline of a logo and he'll know immediately what it is. It's because of how many times you done seen it and repeated over and over and over and over and over again. That's repetition. It plants itself into your subconscious, into your fucking brainstem. You dig what I'm saying? These companies realize that. You ever watch a show when you see the same commercial come on twice back to back? That's not a fucking mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's subconscious programming. So the reason why a lot of us don't bet on ourselves is because we've been subconsciously programmed through repetition to not believe in ourselves. We believe in the system more than we believe in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we have more faith in our job than we do in our own abilities, right? A rich motherfucker will tell you never trade your time for money. It's a losing formula. You know what I'm saying? Your time is your most important, valuable commodity. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to trade it for time. But nobody never told us that. Motherfuckers was telling us, trade your time for $14 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You living good. You feel me? And it's like, yo, so that's why a lot of us, not all of us, but some of us have a hard time believing in ourselves. And I struggle from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I see some shit and I'm like, ain't nobody gonna fuck with that. Ain't nobody gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? Failing to realize.
That's damn. Imposter syndrome. Postural syndrome. So basically, it's just like us not believing in our capabilities.
Yeah.
Damn. I just said this shit the other week. Anyway, but yeah. I go through that sometimes, like certain times, like I won't be able to drop an episode. Like, it's like a mental block, or people really like. I'll look at the listens, and that's something that with people with podcasts. If you're a creator, you want to look and see like who's fucking with it. Like, sometimes, some weeks it's all these listens, and it's 100+ listens. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's people fucking with the episode. You get the interaction, and you get the traction on IG or something like that, and you see like instantly like people fuck with it, people don't fuck with it. But then if you don't get that feedback, you like, I'm doing something wrong. And it's just like we was talking about earlier before recording, the timing and making sure that you run your own race. Because your race is essentially really, like Nipsey say, a marathon.
Yes, sir.
Worry about your race and your marathon and getting to the end of your race. But, you know, sometimes we are distracted. I think that's human nature, though. We get distracted sometimes looking at what everybody else is doing, thinking that we supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what else is the key to what you're saying? And I want to say I'm proud of you, bro, because it's consistency. You said you on episode 100 and something?
This 162.
Bro, come on, 162. You feel me? Like, that right there is consistency, and it's I just made a post on my page talking about the race isn't for the. Look, I'm gonna get it. I just posted it on my IG. It's not about
like
enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare. Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare. You feel me? So when you first started your shit, you was real enthusiastic, right? Enthusiasm is common. Everybody want to do something, but when you I ain't getting no listens, I ain't getting no engagement, you could just give up. You feel me? But you got endurance. You know what I'm saying? And that's a recipe. That's a key to success. And that's another thing that you need in order to bet on yourself and win every time, is you have to have that endurance. When you fall and you bust your ass, get back up. Or when you do some shit and a nigga say, nigga, that shit sounds stupid. You feel me? It'd be like, damn. You feel me? But it's like
You like my shit, nigga.
You feel me? But you gotta
hard.
just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing, and then that's what determines who's successful and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because say for example, this episode 162, your next one 163, you could say one phrase and the shit hit one person, then they share it, then
Mm-hmm.
and it could be one person, and it's like boom. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro, that's a key to success, and I feel as if that's something that maybe the younger generation or just anybody really may have a hard time with, is that instant gratification not coming.
Yeah,
for real.
and just the support. Like, what was? All right, so let's talk about the support. Oftentimes with being a creative, we're looking for that instant gratification and that support from people that we seek the approval from, or even people you fuck with. What was the support like for you when it came to releasing a book?
Oh nigga,
this gonna be good.
Let me tell you. So look, right, the one thing that happened, all my closest, my mother, my grandmother, like all my cousins, they was like, "Oh, you got a book? Oh, well, I won't. Tell me how to." My grandma was like, "Tell me how to order it. I'm gonna order a whole bunch for all the ladies at my church."
That's sweet. That's so sweet.
You feel me? And I'm like, "Oh, all right, grandma." I sent her the link. I sent her both the links. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at what point does it become, "Hey, grandma, so you said you gonna order them books? I see you ain't made that purchase yet." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got the book. Like my mother, okay, so for example, my mother, the same thing. She was like, "Oh, you got a book? Well, how do I buy it?" And it's like, well, there go the link. Let me send you the link. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, okay, all right.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, so that's kind of where I realized, like, the people closest to me weren't even the ones that was like running out the door, "Let me buy 10 copies." You know what I'm saying? Or even one. Like, I didn't get that. And the most of the books was bought by people that, you know what I'm saying, wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I had random ass people buy the book. Like, damn, that shit looks straight. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
How that made you feel? Seeing not so much as your family, but seeing the strangers support you. Like, what was that feeling like for you?
It was validating, because it was like I kind of already knew, like, if you have one idea, it's a million people out there that support it. It's just
Facts.
Connecting to them people. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of let me see that. But it also, you know what I'm saying? It just showed me, like, you don't know who your word is for. You feel me? Cause you thinking that, you know what I'm saying? I would love for my family to look at this and be like, damn, this is, damn. But they was looking at it and it was like, oh, that's some nice shit, little nigga.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I went through the same thing with the podcast. And I've had everybody in my family on. Like, everybody. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother. I haven't had my oldest brother on. That's it. Cousins.
Yeah.
Friends.
They all sat and did episodes.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I did a Mother's Day weekend. My mom, my sisters, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did that. But I released the album. Like, it's like, matter of fact, the album is it's turning a year.
Nigga, you released the album?
I released a podcast album. And I wish I had did it with this kind of quality. I could actually pull it up. But yeah, like, but even the album shit, just like you in the book, I realized who the support was.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because you look at people, like, you tell me how happy you are for me. All right, so support me. Show me.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? I'm essentially asking you for your money, but I'm asking you for your support. Like, you're buying into my brand. You showing that you believe what I'm doing is dope or right and something like that. Like, but it's like, at the end of the day, you ain't got to. I understand it.
I'm gonna tell you this, Corey. You want to know something that's ironic? You'll have more people supporting you monetarily when you don't need it.
Exactly.
And when they start seeing the checks coming, they'll be like, "Oh, well, Corey, well, you know." That's when they be like, "Well, you know, my son Corey, would you like to buy a CD?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
he's so dope. All right,
and it's like, yo, that's what I'm realizing. At least in my family, what I'm realizing is somebody is just waiting to see a motherfucker produce a check. That's what they waiting on. Once they see that check with the comma and the zeros, that's when they're gonna be like, oh, so what's this shit you talking about, Khiry?
Yo, that's crazy. You know, Norm. I learned this from Norm. Norm's support is from it's here, but it's really overseas. The love that he gets overseas is crazy. England, anywhere in the UK, like how he connects with a lot of the producers from the UK, and just how the love that he receives over there is nothing like here. Nothing like here. He also doesn't sound like a Baltimore rapper, but it's crazy because it's like on a home front, niggas is just they sleeping on it. They want one particular sound, and the motherfuckers. I think people that you don't know, they're more willing to explore with you. They're more willing to go on a journey for you because now they more or less on that. Oh, I was the first to hear this. I was the first, so now I could put people on. The niggas in Baltimore, they like, yo, you alright? I've heard better. You ain't no Jay-Z. Like, all right, bitch. like, all right.
It's a nigga from Baltimore who I didn't even know was from Baltimore, and I can't remember his name, but he a rapper. He got like that red hair. The red hair coming up sideways, kinda. I swear to you, I can't remember his name. I didn't even know he was from Baltimore, and he not the type of nigga that claim Baltimore like that neither. I can't remember his name. Los.
Oh, Los. Yeah. Los is from Edmondson Avenue, if I'm correct.
Okay, I might.
Oh, he nice too.
I might be thinking about Los, but then I might be thinking about another nigga.
See, there it is.
What's this? Oh, the album.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is on Apple Music.
Yeah, you feel me? Like shit like this. It's like I put my all in this motherfucker.
Why the track's only a minute?
Because I built it around like a podcast. So I've recorded a podcast and then sectioned it up by how the questions that I asked.
So this is one long episode.
Yeah, it's actually 2 episodes. It's 2 episodes, okay. Male and female perspective on love. So this right here, I asked approach. Well, I guess it's 2 approaches on here. Like his approach versus a woman's approach. Shooting a shot. Just a friend. Wait.
Gold chain bitches.
Yeah, that was wild. Just a friend to pursue. Attracting friendships. Like these are questions that I asked. So different topics. And I broke it down the topics for each track. So that's why it's a minute and a third. That's how long we talked about that particular topic. Then we moved on. Shit like that. You see?
That's what's up.
Oh, it's the 19th. So I'm coming up next Tuesday, I think, is the year anniversary of me putting out the album. But even like that, if I had this kind of quality to do it, I'll probably do it again. My space, I'm not in that space right now because I'm more focused on like doing the music, but I'm well capable of doing this shit again.
You doing music?
No. I'm talking about in the sense of music based podcast.
I see.
Yeah, so like I'm not in the space to do like cover something like this
right
at the moment. But I don't know nobody that did a podcast album.
I don't.
Me? It's groundbreaking.
Well, I mean, not that we know, but yeah. I follow this guy named Nehemiah Davis. You heard about Nehemiah?
No,
Davis?
Who's that?
Right, he's one of these like entrepreneur dudes. I learned about Turo through him. Right, this dude Nehemiah Davis is a hustler, boy. You go on Nehemiah Davis and you enter your fucking email one time, my nigga. Yo, this nigga will get your cell phone number, text you, and email you. Like, bro, this nigga's a hustler, bro. I was listening to his podcast and he broke it down why it's just like that, and it's like funneling technique. So he gets your email, and then through the email, like he'll link you to this other page where you put in your phone number. Then he'll be trying to upsell you. The way that he explained it was like when you in Walmart and you done bought all the shit that they got, then you go to the fucking lane and it's like candy and sodas and shit.
That's smart. That's a genius.
You being upsold everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? But now these guys have found these same principles in this, bro. I'm telling you, these guys is doing these crazy things, bro. Look them up. Nehemiah Davis.
I'm definitely looking up after this.
Yeah,
definitely. So where we at? Influences, authors that influence you. I know you said you mentioned your mom and stuff, but what are some authors that really like, damn, this is dope. I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna tell you the type of authors that I like. I read this book when I was about 17 or 18 called Finding the Third Eye. The woman's name is Vera Stanley Adler, and it's not like a storybook. You know what I'm saying? It's a book like this lady. It was, first of all, it was written back in like the 30s. This woman is talking about meditation techniques. She talking about how to unlock the potentials of the mind. She's talking about all of these things. And I was like, yo, me, Marcus, and Shanice, well, my father was the first one that got it. Then me, Marcus, and Shanice read it. And that shit blew our mind. So Vera Stanley Adler is definitely one of the authors that I really fuck with. James Allen is another one. He wrote As a Man Thinketh. James Allen, you feel me? That book, in that book, I learned that I learned about the concept of not being a victim of circumstance, right? And it's not easy. Like, the shit, you don't just hear it and then it's something you got to work on. Like, for real, I'm still working on that shit. You feel me? Like, not being a victim of circumstance. But then I also learned the principle of the mental garden. You know what I'm saying? So if you liken your mind to a garden, you know what I'm saying? It's like you either dropping healthy seeds in the garden or you know what I'm saying, dropping like shit that's going to turn into a weed into your mental garden. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck, to sit back and think about that for a second. Like, god damn. Like, you know what I mean? And then that goes back to the repetition, the subconscious programming. Like, bro, the shit's deep, yo. And I feel like we be so caught up in life that we don't really think about shit like that too often. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, yeah, those are two authors that I fuck with. Vera Stanley Adler, James Allen, Napoleon Hill. You heard about Think and Grow Rich? Bro, Napoleon Hill is a deep motherfucker, bro. Napoleon Hill came around during Carnegie. Napoleon Hill worked with Andrew Carnegie. He worked with the nigga that made Gillette. He was working with these super rich like what they call moguls back in the day. Napoleon Hill, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. And yeah, so those are the kind of books I like to read. And yeah, I got this other book. Matter of fact, I got this book right here. I got this book on me right now. This one. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And this is the one that really drove home to me that the subconscious is programmed through repetition. That's how they get you. And this book also talks about how the fucking subconscious is magic, my nigga. Bro, y'all ain't ready for that though, bro.
Hey yo.
Telling you.
Man. Damn, man, this is a dope ass episode. This is a dope ass episode. Shit, we gotta go get that pizza.
Oh, you gotta go pick it up?
Yeah, I gotta pick it up.
Right. I can ride with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell her put on. All right, so you know what, we're gonna pause this. We're gonna pause.
All right.